Dear all, good morning to you. For today's lecture, we'll be discussing on inventarization and monitoring of extremophiles for bioprospecting. So, exploring the underexplored helps in bioprospecting of extremophiles. Aerobic and anaerobic extremophiles are two different types, where the extremophiles are microorganisms that live in conditions in which a human being can't survive in those extreme conditions. From the mid 1970s, increasing numbers of these novel microorganisms have been isolated in extreme environments. It also confirmed the existence of biological life in extreme environments. If we talk about extremophiles, search and characterization of extremophilic microorganisms have led to the discovery of universal phylogenetic tree, which was proposed by Carl Ois in 1990. Molecular studies of RNA sequences from the extremophilic archaea showed that these microorganisms were distinct from bacteria and fungi, giving rise to the three domains of life that exist today: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. So the extremophiles are nothing but they are the organisms that have been discovered on earth that survive in environments that were once thought not to be able to sustain life. So the phylogenetic tree of life, if we take, the tree consists of bacteria, archaea, and eukarya, comprising of different components. If we take the eukarya, it has animalia, fungi, plantae, flagellate, and microsporidia. So likewise, if we talk about archaea, archaea consists of methanomicrobials, methanobacteriales, methanococcyls, thermococcyls, thermoproteopyroid, pyrodictyum, and extreme halophiles. In relation to bacteria, if we take, it has grain non-sulfur bacteria, gram positive, purple bacteria, cyanobacteria, bacteroids, and thermatoga. Next, if we take how these are classified, the microbial communities, if we take, how do they live? So they live both in a wide environment and the normal environment. So the normal environment, if we take, it has the one which has the organisms that survive in an ambient conditions, whereas wide environment includes extreme harsh environment where they are able to tolerate extremes of the temperature, extreme of salinity, extremes of water scarcity, extremes of pH. Under these circumstances, the question arises, how do they survive? Physiologically, these extremophiles, they adapt to the stress due to the production of the various secondary metabolites, and those secondary metabolites produced during the extremes of the environments are used as an effective biomolecules. And if we take next about the classification of the extremophiles, they are classified as halophiles, which are resistant to the saline environment, and they can grow up to 2 to 5 molar sodium chloride level. Next is the acidophiles, which can tolerate the pH up to 4. Then alkaliphiles, they can tolerate pH more than 9. Psychrophiles or psychrotrophic, which can survive from 20 degrees Celsius to minus 20 degrees Celsius. The fifth one is thermophiles or hyperthermophiles, which can survive between 60 degrees Celsius to 115 degrees Celsius. Still, the classification continues, where the polyextremophiles, they are more than 2 or more harsh environments. So they grow optimally under 2 or more harsh extreme conditions. There are certain organisms which survive in the extremes of the pressure, which is called physiophiles. And there are organisms that have the capability to resist more of radiations, and they are called organisms resistant to radiations. And the other one is the one which can survive in high redox potentials, which are called as xerophiles. And finally, the 10th one is called true extremophiles, which are the member of archaea. Of these members of the archaea, although the extremophiles, they are belonging to the domains of the bacteria, but eukaryotes are also known. Next, the question that arises, why is a need for inventorization? Inventorization, it is the process of cataloging and characterizing extremophiles that thrive in extreme environments for bioprospecting. This inventorization helps in discovering their unique physiological adaptation, particularly their enzymes, which are invaluable for various biotechnological applications. Next, what are extremophiles? These extremophiles, they are the organisms that thrive in conditions that are detrimental to most other living forms on Earth, such as high temperature, extreme salinity, high or low pH, and high pressure. Who invented or who introduced the terminology of extremophiles? The scientist McElroy during 1974 was the person behind the introduction of this terminology extremophiles. And the organisms which comes under the extremophile, they include not only archaea, they belong to bacteria and eukarya. So the study of application of these bioactives from extremophiles is known as bioprospecting, which has immense biotechnological, agricultural and biomedical potential. So let us stop with this, and then let us move on to the part 2 for next class. Thank you.